My daughter has been wanting to be inappropriately close to me after breaking up with her ex-boyfriend. My daughter, 24, met a man I didn't really care for 3 years ago. He wanted her to move in with him quickly, and I could tell he was love-bombing her. I was worried about how fast things were moving between them. She called me up after she moved in, saying that she had to respect her relationship and that she needed to cut out anyone who wasn't supportive. I told her I didn't like where this was headed. The love-bombing, moving in so quickly, now being isolated from her family. I told her these were warning signs, but she told me she was in love, etc. I told her if this was her choice, then so be it. But I would always love her. My door would always be open, and if she ever needed anything or needed help, I'd be there for her. I didn't hear from her again for a couple of years. Well, I got a call from her a few weeks ago. She was crying. She said I was right about him all along. Things had gotten progressively worse, and now he had hit her for the first time, and that was her boundary. She asked me if my offer to help her was still on the table. I told her of course it was. I love her and would do anything for her. So as soon as we got the chance, I went over there to help her pack up while he was gone and moved her back into my house. You guys, I wanted to cry when I first heard on the phone. She sounded so desperate. It was even worse when I saw her. She was emaciated. She had bruises. She was a shell of her former self. It breaks my heart to see how badly beaten down she's been. So here's where things start to get, well, awkward. About a week ago, she came into my bedroom at night in her pajamas and said she had been having trouble sleeping. She wanted to sleep in my bed with me, which I thought was odd. I said it was a bit odd, but she begged me and said it would make her feel safe. She used to sleep in our bed when her mother was still alive, and she was a little girl and had bad dreams, but that ended a long time ago. I figured whatever she had been through was enough though, and I wasn't about to interrogate her or make her feel ashamed. I wanted her to feel safe, and so I agreed. She cuddled up with me and we slept. This has now become a habit with her. She's not slept in her own bed since, and is asking me to cuddle with her or spoon her while she is sleeping in my bed with me. I really don't know what to make of this. She says it makes her feel safe. I'm not sure this is appropriate though, but at the same time, she's been through enough already, and I want her to feel safe and secure. Is this something you think she will move past once she recovers a bit? Update. I asked my daughter if she wanted to file a police report and press charges. She did not. I didn't push it, but I kept the medical records from the doctor's visit. I got her home, and for the first week, I was careful about what I was feeding her and how much so we could get her healthy again without making her sick. I feel bad about it now, because after I put my original post up, my daughter opened up to me about what he did and put her through. One of the things he would do is watch what she was eating and how much. He would constantly warn her about getting fat and not being attractive anymore. I now feel a bit bad because when she got home, I too was monitoring what she was eating at first. I know it's for different reasons, but it still makes me feel bad. Anyways, on to the update part of things. She did finally write down everything that he did to her. I took a copy of this and put it with her medical files in case she ever decided to press charges later. She's now seeing a domestic abuse specialist. As for the sleep thing, well, I had a talk with her and the therapist about it, and we came up with a plan utilizing many recommendations. I don't want to get too much into what he did to her. T has her story to tell, but he did utilize sleep deprivation. She told me he would make these jokes about how easy it would be for him to kill her in her sleep. He would joke like this all the time and then laugh about it. She repeatedly asked him to stop, but he didn't. I only mention it because people mentioned he might have done things to make her scared to sleep, and well, that was one of them. I don't want to repeat the others. Those are too personal. I took a leave of absence from work so I could be home with her. I prepared my weapons and got a ring cam to monitor the door. He did not give up on her easily. While she had blocked his number and social media profiles, he would repeatedly create false profiles or use burner phones to continue to harass her. At one point, I did take the phone from her when he had called her and told him not to show up here, or I would, well, you know, that was not enough. About 2 weeks later, he showed up. I saw him on the ring cam I had installed and called the police to have him removed. I told him from the door to leave, and if he walked inside, it would be the last thing he ever did. Instead, the police came and removed him, but they did little else but get rid of him. Without a protective order or my daughter filing domestic abuse charges, the most they could really do was tell him to get off my lawn, basically. This was the wake-up call my daughter needed, though. She decided to press charges after he showed up. I retained a lawyer to help us through this. I gave the lawyer the advice I had accumulated, and he spoke to the DA and police and helped have the charges filed and the restraining order issued.